It's Tuesday night. You know what it means? It means YouTube Live at the QMJHL. Tonight, our guest is Francesco Iasenza from the Victoriaville Tigres. Francesco, welcome to the YouTube Live.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you here. You've been in the league for a while, so I guess we'll have a lot of things to talk about. But first of all, I want to ask about you. How do you feel the season is going? How are you going overall?
I think I'm doing pretty well. Obviously, we're having a challenging year as a team, but personally, I think things are going pretty well. Obviously, like you said, it's my fifth year in the league now, so I think my confidence in my game is there as well. Like I said, it's a challenging year for the team, but overall, we're still doing pretty good.
Yes. Talk to me about the team. Obviously, you're in the bottom of the rankings right now. I'm curious to maybe have a feel of the mood in the room. Like, do you guys hang in there? Like, obviously, like you said, it's not an easy season for anyone in that room, I guess. Well, as a team, especially. So I'm curious how you guys live that year right now.
Like I said, I think it's challenging, but we're sticking together really good right now. I think we have a really good group. We have a good mix between leaders, veterans who have been in the league for quite a while, and a good mix of young guys as well. We have a really good group. The group is pretty tightly knit together as well. Off the ice, we do a lot of team activities. The guys like to get together and do stuff outside of the ice, which kind of changes your mind on hockey as well. So I think that's kind of the way that we're sticking through it as a group. And at the rink, we're working hard every day. Obviously, our head coach got fired start of the month, but with the new coaches, we're really trying to make a new culture here with the team and work really hard to finish the season on a good note.
You don't have to tell me everything because I know what happens in teams sometimes have to stay confidential. But with Cal Mallet being like a legend of the club, winning as a player, winning as a coach, the cup, were you guys surprised to see him go and leave the team?
I think we were really surprised as a group. Obviously, the guys who have been with Carl for a while know that he's a really good coach. It came to us as a surprise, to be honest. We learned it through Facebook, just like many fans did as well. So it came as a surprise to the group. But like I said, that's in the past now. We're really looking forward. Just trying to end the season well, and the new coach, well, the coaches that have been there, Mike Mickler and Remy Royer, are doing a great job of getting the group together and working hard in practices to obviously finish on a good note, like I said before.
Yes. You're talking about finish on a good note. What's the mindset for you guys until the end of the season? How do you go game by game? What's the mindset before each game?
I think the mindset is just to work hard and work on details that we've been struggling on in the past. I think every week we have sort of topics that we focus on as a group, whether it be defensive topics for the defensemen, offensive topics for the offensive players. But I think the coaches are really doing a great job of working on specific details to manage our game in a better way, to help us try and get those wins from here on. Just taking it game by game here. Obviously, every game is a challenge, but I think we can beat every team in this league. It's just about the commitment and the level of effort that we put in. So I think the coaches are really putting emphasis on that, and it's going well. We're going in the right direction.
Interesting. So mindset. So team spirit is still good. Mindset is going game by game, and hope for the best. So that's good news, I guess. As you know, we're doing this interview live, and if you guys are watching live and you have question for Francesco Iasenza, put it in the comments, and I'll be happy to refer the question to him. Now you're a player from the Victoriaville Tigres, but you used to play for Moncton, and there's a pretty famous fan in Moncton whose name is Brent DeBorn, and he's in the chat right now going, "Hey Frankie, excited? Are you How excited are you to come on February 23rd to see me as your number one fan? Like, I guess you can't wait to see Brenda born in Moncton again on the 23rd. That's what it means? Like, how does it feel going back to Moncton?
Um, it's always really nice to go back to Moncton. Went there last year, scored a goal, which was fun as well. But yeah, I think going to Moncton, obviously, I went there when I was 16. A young guy in the league. They took really good care of me. It was during the COVID years, so it was kind of a struggle. Like we had quarantines and stuff to do like that, but the team took really good care of us. And Moncton's always gonna stay in my heart. And yeah, Brent DeBorn, met him when I was 16 years old, and I've always had a connection with him. Went to supper with him once, and just always seen him around the rink in Moncton, and always a great person, always a great guy, and yeah, he's my number one fan for sure.
That's awesome, and I know Brent is a big fan of the YouTube live. He's pretty much in all the interviews, and he knows the leagues as anyone, even if he's a Moncton fan. So Brent, shout out to you, my friend, and welcome in the chat again. I'm talking about all those years because obviously you're gonna play your last year in Major Junior here in Quebec. I'm wondering, how do you reflect in your time in the Q? Like, what are you gonna keep from those 5 years in the QMJHL?
Obviously, like I said, my time in Moncton was a little different with the first 2 years kind of being startled with COVID. So I had to do quarantines, but my family had the chance to come up as well. So we got to spend nice family time. And like I said, like our schedules were kind of different then. Played my first year, we only played against St. John and Bathurst. Played them in playoffs, kind of in a three team, first round. So that was quite different. And then at 17, it was my draft year for the NHL. Had a pretty good year. We had a really nice group in Moncton as well. Good mix, like I said, of leaders, young guys. 18 was nice too. Had a really good, strong start to my season personally. And then I ended up getting traded to Victoriaville, who was pushing for the cup that year.
Mhm.
I think it came a bit unexpected. Didn't think I would get traded. Kind of got blindsided by what happened. And back then, like it was obviously like a pretty big shock. I really loved Moncton, loved the fans, loved the city. So to me, it was a shock. And during Christmas, obviously, it's a little hard. You know, you're going to see your family, but you're also thinking of future and what's to come. So I think that was kind of what shocked a bit my career, I'd say. I had a good end to that season as well. We ended up losing in the first round to Drummondville, and then at 19 last year, we had a really good team, a really good group. We had a lot of guys who were returning players, so that the group was really tightly knit on and off the ice. We had a really fun team as well, really fun experiences, and we got to the semifinals, which is obviously probably one of the best experiences I've had in my junior career. Obviously, the playoffs are different. You go to cities, like the arenas are packed, just like the whole feeling of playoffs is really nice to live. And I hope every player in this league can go through that. But yeah, I'd say my overall time in the Q just had a really good time. Obviously, at 16, it was a bit different, like I said, but there's so much excitement when you get into the league as a young guy. And you look up the players. Like my first year, I played with Jordan Spence, who now plays for the LA Kings, and Gabriel Fortier, um, who spends his time with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So obviously, those are guys that you look up to when I was 16. And obviously, I'm trying to be a leader like they were to me, with the young guys coming in this year as a 20-year-old. So yeah, just a great overall experience so far.
Yeah, talking about the experience in playoff, I remember last year it was against Rouen, and you had, well, maybe they were there all series, but you had those. I think it was two or three fans, like they were masked, and they were doing literally crazy stunts in the stands. I don't know if you noticed them on the ice, but it was pretty spectacular actually.
Yeah, it was something to see. They had like the full suit on.
Yes.
They had posters of faces of guys and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty special. It was a great experience we had last year.
So 5 years in the queue. What's coming up for you in the next couple of years, or at least next year? What's coming up?
I committed to Mercyhurst University, which is a university in Pennsylvania. They play in NCAA Division One, in the Atlantic Division. So that's what's to come next year. And hopefully I can spend 4 years playing in NCAA, getting my college degree, while playing high level hockey. And yeah, that's what's to come for the future.
What was the game changer? That's what I ask pretty much all the players that are going to the United States after their junior career, because my guess is you guys have a lot of offers, because obviously you're good players. At 20 years old, you're getting the if I'm not mistaken, pretty much average age to go play NCAA. So what was the game changer for you that made you commit to that university?
I got the chance to visit the university, which I think was a pretty big deal for myself and my family. Just to see the installations in live, get to see the school, the city. I think that's really what was the game changer for myself and my family. I think it was kind of a family decision as well. Obviously, I was the one choosing, but my family backing up my decision was really nice as well. Talked to many NCAA teams, but yeah, just getting the chance to visit was really the game changer for us.
Is it for you like another chance to get scout looking at you? Because I remember a couple of years ago you were on that list for being drafted, if I'm not mistaken. You have not been drafted since, but it obviously gives you like a second chance to get scouts looking at you. Is that something that took part of your decision to keep going in playing hockey, and especially in the NCAA?
Yeah, for sure. I think since I started in the league, school has always been a priority for myself and my parents. They've always pushed me really hard to do well in school. And I think the NCAA is just a great path to forward my education while playing great hockey. And like you said, gives us a second chance at getting scouted by different people. Obviously, when you're in the queue, you probably get scouted by most of the time the same scouts, but just getting a chance to play in the U.S. And seeing different scouts gives us good exposure to hopefully further our career and play pro one day.
All right, I have another question for you from the public. Do you know a Joe Tasca?
Joe, what?
Tasca? Yeah, Tasca.
No,
Doesn't
I
ring a
don't
bell,
know.
because obviously a lot of the
No.
time we have friends and families and stuff going in the chat. So Joe Tasca, go here. How do you like playing in Victo? You pretty much answered that already, but the question that I'm interested in is, what's your favorite restaurant in town? I have a couple. I love Victoriaville. I actually have family from Victo, and I love a couple of restaurants there. So I'm curious, what's your favorite one?
I think it would be La Brasserie Daniel Lapointe. I think the boys are a really big fan of going there. They have all you can eat shrimps there on Thursdays. And we've been there a couple times, but yeah, I think that would be our top restaurant in the city.
Okay, no sparkling steak at the Luxor. Is that you're pretty much a brasserie guy? That's what I
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So here it is. So Mr. Tasca, if you want to see Francesco hanging out in Victo, that might be the place to go. But not before a game, right?
No, not before a game. Before a game, have my pregame meal on my billet.
Interesting. Stay disciplined before a game. That's good stuff. All right. There's a couple of questions that we ask all of our guests pretty much every week. And I want you to get us in the Tigres dressing room, and I'm curious to know who's the DJ in Victo's room. Like who's choosing the music.
I got to give a shout out to Elliot Simon. He's been the DJ for the past 2 years, and he does a good job. I can confirm it.
Interesting. So what kind of music can we hear in Victo's dressing room?
I think we got all sorts of music, honestly. It just depends on the day, if we have practice or game. We got some rock, we got some rap, we got some house, I'd say we got a good mix of everything, but our DJ does a good job at choosing which songs for which moments.
Okay, so choosing specifically for each one. Interesting, interesting. All right, let's go again. Who's the gym rat? Like the one who's always pumping, hiring in the gym.
We got one guy in the team, number 89, Matisse Aguilar.
Big guy.
I'd say big guy, shredded. We like to call him Arnold sometimes.
Oh,
Among
really?
the
Like
team.
for
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger? Okay.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So no, he's a big guy. He likes to pump some iron in there. So
All right, interesting. So shout out to the shredded Matsis Aguilar, big, tall defenseman. Did you play against him when you were in midget AAA? Because he used to play Vikings, I guess. I
yeah,
think so.
yeah,
So did
yeah.
you
I
play
played
against him
against him.
when
Yeah,
you were midget AAA?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
played against him, and we were actually playing in the playoffs against them before COVID hit.
Here's someone. Here's someone you know in the comments though. Here, there's your DJ. Knowing
Yeah.
Yeah, Iliad Simao. There you go. Apparently, Iliad, you're a good DJ. So Francesco is grateful to the music you put it. Okay, who's the funniest guy in the room?
Funniest guy. I think we got two of those. I'd say it's Elliot Small once again, and Samuel Vachon. And together they make a pretty good mix of being funny guys. They make the coaches laugh, make the staff laugh, make the boys laugh. And obviously when it's business time, they turn the switch pretty quick as well. So
Is there like do those guys do some pranks and stuff, or it's more like in their attitude and they're just funny as
oh yeah, they'll do pranks. Yeah, they got pranks, they got tricks, jokes, anything. Name it, they got everything you want. So
Any
they're
pranks
they're
you want
just
to
funny guys.
reveal? Like anything you could say on camera?
Um, yeah,
Like water bottle on the top of the door or something like that, like the classic or
there's actually a funny prank that Simao did last year. He put sunflower seeds on a guy's car.
you put what?
At his he put sunflower seeds on a guy's car at his billet, and the player never found out who it was. He was always wondering, and then when he did it the second time, he tried doing it to the same player again at his billet, but that time he got caught. But the whole time, between the first time and the second time, the player had no idea who it was. He was trying to figure it out in the team. So yeah, that was a good prank that got us laughing last year.
And apparently that prank got you laughing. Is that what I
Yeah,
understand? Elliot? Right.
yeah.
It's a good one though. I mean, and it's even like it's almost nice. Flowers on the car. It was flower seed. Like it was like it's not. It
No,
was.
no, like sunflower seeds.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Funny. All right. Um, what's your pre-game routine? Like, what do you eat? Are you always doing the same thing? Is it different every game?
I'm not that routine to be honest. Just depending on our schedule, obviously. Um, I won't if we have a morning skate. I won't eat before. I'll do the morning skate, have breakfast after. Usually at the restaurant actually. We got a few good breakfast spots here. That we like to rotate around. Usually go there with a few guys on the team as well. Then I'll have a pre-game nap all the time. Depending on which time we play. Like sometimes it'll be a longer nap, shorter nap. But I always like to get a nap in the afternoon. And then I'll have a small pregame meal before heading out, and then usually get to the rink around 4:30 if it's a 7 p.m. game. So I like to get there early, and then kind of have my own routine, I'd say, at the rink. But regarding like what I do at home, like nothing's that routine. Like I just kind of go with the flow. I'll have breakfast always after the skates, but the rest is just like depending if we're on the road and stuff. So I'm not that meticulous on my routine.
What's in your pregame meal? Do you always eat the same thing?
No, I don't always eat the same thing. Actually, I like to rotate and switch it around. Sometimes I'll have pasta. Sometimes I'll have chicken and rice, other times salmon and rice. So just like to switch it up, depending on what I ate during the week as well.
Talking about your pregame routine, Brent is asking, do you drink coffee before a game? That's my route. So Brent always top flushes vanilla ice coffee.
No, I don't drink coffee before the games. I'm not a big coffee drinker, so no, not my thing before games.
Obviously, you're a veteran in that league. I'm wondering, what do you see for the future of that team? You guys have a couple of young guys, a guy like Enzo Latin who just came back from just joined the team. He's doing actually pretty good. What do you see for the future of the Victoriaville?
I think there's definitely going to be a process to it. Obviously, like I said before, the team's in a reconstruction rebuild phase. So obviously we're gonna have some veterans leave the lineup after this year with myself, Mathis Aguilar, and Olivier Hood. And then next year they're gonna have to pick 3 20-year-olds to lead the pack. So I think next year is definitely going to be a different challenge as well. I think obviously the Kevin Cruce is gonna do a great job with that. I have good confidence in him, and then obviously like I said earlier, like as each year goes, everyone sort of progressively gets more confident playing in the league. So like you said, Enzo's 16 this year. Next year he'll be 17, so he's already gonna have more confidence. He's gonna have time to to train in the off season regarding on ice and off ice things. And I'm talking to him, but I'm talking as well as the rest of the young guys who will be there next year as well. So like every year in the league, you gain more confidence in your playing style, and then in each summer between seasons, you can work on different things like regarding like what you need to work on, things that you struggled with the previous year. So I think like next year will be a good challenge for the guys as well. Same thing for Gabriel Deg. He's going to be an older goalie, veteran goalie in the league. He's going to have confidence, so the guys will definitely have more confidence, and then I think it'll be up to them to make it work. Starting with the veterans who will be on the team, and then if they lead the right way, I think the younger guys will follow, and I think they can have a better year next year for sure.
All right, interesting. That's some positive things that are going to come in Victo. Francesco, thank you so much for this interview in English. If you guys watching and you want to hear Francesco speak in French, we'll do another interview in French in about 5 or 6 minutes. So thank you for coming in the chat, and Francesco, thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.